This is how to create a cat using the Paint program. This is going to be for our cat competition. Go to the Start menu and click on All Programs, click Accessories and choose Paint from the list. We're going to start by putting some shapes in. So we start with an oval and you click and drag, get it to about the shape that you're happy with. If you want to change it slightly, you can make them a bit fatter or a bit slimmer. Click the now we're going to give him a grey fill. We're going to have a grey cat. So there we go. So you just click the bucket for a fill and the colour you want to fill and then click in the circle. Now for the head, you click the oval shape again, click and drag. Now if it's not where you want it, remember you can change where it is. I want a black outline. And I'm going to fill this time with a light grey. Okay. Now we can move on now and give him some ears. It's going to have triangular ears. So click the triangle. You click and drag. Again we want them black so we can see what we're doing. Okay, a bit wider I think. About there. Okay. We say select now. This is a little trick to make sure that both ears end up the same size. I'm going to say select rectangle. Come to the very corner of the triangle. Go to the top and let go. Now go to the copy button. Copy. Go to paste and click paste. So you see here we've now got a copy of that image. So as you can see it's the wrong way round. So we now need to rotate it. So click on rotate and it says flip horizontal and there's a little picture showing what you want to do. So that now makes it the right way round. And you can even use the shape of the head so they're exactly the same now. Then we're going to go back to the oval and give him some eyes. If you wanted to, you could of course copy the eyes, but I'm just going to do 2 eyes and fairly confident I'm going to get them about right. Okay, so now our cat needs a nose. So I'm going to come to this triangle shape here. Give me a nose. At the moment it's over to one side, so we're going to need to move that. It can be a bit tricky, but so we're about in the right place. For things like this, where it's quite difficult to do, if you zoom in, can often make it much easier to move things around. So now we get the option to pick it up and move it around. So get it between his eyes. There. While we zoomed in as well, go back to the home screen and I'm going to change some of this because I don't like the way it's overlapping, so I'm going to use a paintbrush now. If you click on the arrow, I'm going to use a solid paintbrush rather than a wash. We've got the grey colour and you can start by just holding the mouse button down. Just be quite careful. If you want to see a bit closer, zoom in a bit more. And there you go, you find you can, it looks a bit rough at this size, but as you, when you zoom out, you'll see that it looks okay. So you just keep on filling that colour in there. You'll see when you zoom out that I've pretty much got away with that. Could perhaps do a little bit more here, a bit more here. There we go. to the home screen. Now we've lost his nose somewhere along the line, so I'm just going to pop that back in. Oops. That's it. So now our cat needs a mouth. Now we use this squiggly line here, and all you do, keep it a little way down and do a straight line to start with. When you've got your straight line, comes about the centre, click and pull it up. That makes a nice curve. I'm just going to give him a little straight line just to try and show him. I'm sure you'll be able to do a better job of it than I have. I think I might make his eyes white, so fill his eyes with white, click with the bucket to go in there, and now he's beginning to look more and more like a cat, I think. We're going to need to zoom in again to sort his ears, where this overlap is here, so we're going to zoom in. And it's the same process as before. We're just going across the black line, just rubbing it out, just changing that black bit to the same grey as the cat's face. There you go. Okay, we can zoom out again. Oop, I've missed a tiny bit there, can you see? There we go. Okay. Now our cat's on the way, but I think he might need a tail. So I'm going to use a squiggly line again. Make it black. Bend it up. I think I might just add a little bit to the end. There we go. And of course no cat will be complete without whiskers. So I'm going to zoom in once again. Just zoom in onto his face. Back to the home tab. Click on the straight line. Go straight out with one of his whiskers. I think that's a bit thick, so we're going to have thinner whiskers than that. Click again. Go back. There we go. Each time if you go back and click on the line, it prevents any problems. So click again, try and get them about the same. There we go. Click again. Click and drag. We zoom out. There we go. That's a pretty good cat. Now all I need to do is save it. So you say save as, and you get lots of options. You can save as a PNG, a JPEG, a bitmap, a GIF. And there are obviously other options. To start with, we're going to save as a PNG first of all. So click save. Make sure you're saving it in the right place. I'm going to call it cat PNG, so it means something to me, and save. The same again. Save as JPEG. I'm going to change the PNG to a JPG. Save again. And the same again, but this time we're going to save it as a GIF. We don't need to save it as a bitmap. We're just going to save it as a GIF now. And there we go. This is just a warning telling me that saving this type of file as a GIF might reduce the quality. Well, that's why we're doing it really, so we can look at the differences between them. So just just say OK, and that's fine. And now all that I need to do is think of a name for him.